Hello there, I'm Juliet. Welcome to my channel. There's something that I've been holding on to for a while that I'd like to share with you. My Christian community, hopefully it'll bring some peace to someone. I actually wrote it out, so it is prepared. It's about my mother and my first journey into fasting and prayer. Okay. I'm going to start off with how I seen my mother as a child. How I seen my mother. As a very young child, I looked at my mother as the most beautiful and heartful woman in existence. I used to admire her strength and willpower. I seen her as a survivor. Today, I still feel that was my mother's legacy. My mother always kept a roof over our head, food in our bellies, and was always present. As I grew, so did my mother. She grew tired. She grew bitter. And eventually, ultimately, she grew gravely ill. My mother never gave up. She would simply get shit done. Words she had said to me as a young child have stuck with me and have been a catalyst in my life, my entire life. Her words were, put one foot in front of the other. When my mother fell ill, I believe not a single one of us could have imagined the outcome. It was not bred into us. I shouldn't and really can't speak for the rest of my family, but I didn't see it as something that couldn't be fixed. I would draw ulterior conclusions regarding her deterioration. For several months, we watched as my mother faded away with pancreatic cancer. Myself and my family watched helplessly as she went from 170 pounds to 67 pounds. Yes, 67 pounds. She was nothing but skin, bones, strength, and cancer. I pleaded with God for a miracle. I even tried bartering. There was absolutely nothing anyone could do but pray. After nearly a year of pain and suffering, my mother succumbed to the disease that was eating her alive. My mother passed on November 29th, 2011. My mother's passing was something that just was too unbelievable to accept. I wanted to know why. Why did my mother have to suffer like that? What was it all for? What caused it? Could it have been prevented? I searched for answers any and every way possible. I was angry. I was really angry. I was mad. I wanted to know why God chose this for my mother. Why? I decided my only option was to fast and pray. I thought, if I willfully refused any type of pleasure, including sustenance, I could understand better what my mother went through and why. As I prepared meals for my children, I would feel such anger and determination. It was unreal. My anger kept me and drove me to keep going. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I didn't know what my family was thinking. I didn't know if this would kill me. After 25 days of inflicting myself with nothing but water and prayer, I went on a transcendental journey. I went to a place indescribable. There was no time, no sun, no moon. no clouds, only pure light and love. There was no need for mailboxes, no need for street lamps, no power lines anywhere. The landscape was never ending and brilliant. The colors were not anything you can envision in this mortal world. The colors had life. The plants sang God's glory. All creation was living in peace and harmony. Lions and lambs lying among human souls. I seen everyone who I knew pass there in my life, whole and without blemish or flaw. There was no sickness, no sadness. My father, who passed when I was 5 years old, looked like a hippie with a bandana and an afro. He was young and in his prime. My grandfather was there, thick head of hair, strong, tall. He had big hands. My Uncle Donnie was there. He was whole. He was walking and he was healthy. My grandmother had no glasses. Her hair was black. She looked like my Aunt Joyce and my Aunt Kathy combined. It was kind of confusing. My mother, who was born as Barbara Jean Foster, was as beautiful as I remembered as a child. Long, beautiful, flowing hair. She was wearing white bell bottoms. She couldn't have been 30 years old. She was more alive than what we understand as living in the flesh. There was no language, no need for words spoken. All communication was telepathic. There was no need for food, although there was an abundance for your pleasure. There were 2 little boys there. They were young. One stood out to me more than the other. He was roughly 6 years old. He had blonde hair and blue eyes, and he was glowing with purity. He was familiar to my soul. He was my son Orion, who passed before his birth in 2005. The other child was my brother Ronald, who was born as stillborn when I was very young. My purpose, my understanding, and my hope have been completely renewed. I now understand there is more than what's in this world. There's eternity. There is a place we go where time does not exist. Our loved ones are there, waiting for us. After 3.5 weeks of fasting and praying, I received my answer. It was not what I had expected, but it was so much more. I am now at peace. I am at peace knowing it's not all for nothing. The suffering we endure is not in vain. As we head into the season of Lent, let us remember Matthew 17:20 and 21. So Jesus said to them, "Because of your unbelief, for assuredly I say to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. However, this kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting." And I want to say thank you for watching, and if you want more, please like and subscribe, and